Welcome back once again to the Fearless Ambition Podcast. This is your man, Kadon Sterling. I was going to put this into two podcasts, so I broke it up, so I wanted to make it 2 episodes for you. So we talked about the Trump situation. Now we got to talk about what's happening with one of the boxers I like. I like the dude, Deontty Wilder, Mr. Alabama himself. A lot of y'all may know me from Cars, Golf, and Cigars. A lot of y'all may know me from Mogul Talk One-on-One. Some from This Is Life One-on-One. Go to those channels, hit the subscribe button to all of them. Hit the like button on this one. Tell somebody about what I'm doing here. And if you really want some apparel that you'll be proud to wear, go to my Etsy store, Mogul Mindset. One word, it's in the search bar, Mogul Mindset. You can get apparel like this, Only Hustlers Relate. There's plenty of things I put on there for the entrepreneur-minded person that want to know, that understands you're seen before you're heard. So represent yourself correctly. Now, stick with me. We're going to talk about Deontty Wilder. Is it over? Welcome back, y'all. Yesterday, Saudi Arabia. 3-something in the morning, probably our time or whatever it was, daytime. I don't know. Bottom line is this. Deontty, the Bronze Bomber, Wilder, has his 4th loss in 5 fights. He lost against a gentleman by the last name of Zhang. I've never heard of this guy before in the heavyweight division. I've never heard of him. I've never seen any of his fights. I have no idea who Zhang is. I've never watched his fights. I want to get on here like everybody else and be like, it's over. Retire. Sit your ass down. D, sit your ass down. It's over. But part of me understands and appreciates this man's work, his work ethic. The fact that he did not start 9, 10 years old in the gym. He started boxing when he was grown. He started boxing out of necessity for health insurance to provide for his daughter at the time. You got to respect that, okay? You won a bronze medal, all right? You got to respect that. There is still a side of me that wants to say, sit your ass down. Don't you take your ass out there no more. And that's out of respect for him, okay? Now, let me talk about this before we talk about any other stuff. We have to admit this. Deontty, honestly, in my opinion, brought back heavyweight division in boxing. He made the heavyweight division popular all over again. The heavyweight division was boring for years. I'm a boxing enthusiast. It was boring. There was nobody in the heavyweight division no more. Nobody that we cared about. I respect Anthony Joshua. You're boring. You're a boring-ass heavyweight. Great boxing skills, good power. Stay in your head too much. Chin is questionable. But you have everything it takes to be a world champion and to continue being a world champion. He does. But he's boring for boxing. He may be exciting overseas for people. But for us, Anthony Joshua was boring. Deontty Wilder brought back excitement to the heavyweight division. That is the truth about it. He did. He will always go down because before him, nobody thought nobody hit harder than Mike Tyson. I think Deontty Wilder hit harder than Mike Tyson. That right hand, we've never seen a right hand that devastating before where it looked like, I forgot the guy he fought. About 2 guys that he hit, we all thought that he killed them. You heard it, it would sound like a gunshot went off. Bow! Perfect timing. Boop! Chin, if he hits you on your chin, perfect timing, lights out. Okay? It's just the fact that it's easy to do when you don't fight dudes with tremendous boxing skill. If you have a lot of boxing power, that's great. You need that. But you need more skill than you even need power. You should have never lost against Tyson Fury. That first fight, you should have won that. It should have never been a trilogy. It should never have been. Tyson Fury, in my personal opinion, really became popular because of Deontty Wilder. Like I said, I'm not overseas, so I don't know if these guys are big over there or not. But over here, he wasn't a big name. I don't care how undefeated he was. We didn't care about Tyson Fury until he fought Deontay Wilder. We only cared about him more because he beat Deontay Wilder. That first fight, y'all can say what y'all want to say. I say he should never have lost that first fight. Them other two, there wasn't nothing to talk about. He beat you. Yeah. Let me go back to something else. Deontay Wilder should have never got rid of Mark Breland. Y'all can feel how y'all want to feel. That's just how. Leave your comments down below. But you never should have got rid of Mark Breland. Mark Breland was doing his job by trying to protect you down the road when he threw that towel in. I understand the Warriors mentality. I understand it's my choice. It's my decision. I stepped in here like a man. I'm going to walk out of here like a man. If I don't walk out of here, the better man won. I get that. And I honestly I live by that and I respect it. But that's your job. His job is to make sure you go home safe to your family regardless of what's going on in that boxing ring. And make it home to your kids. And don't get brain damage. That's his job. And that's why you pay him. So you want somebody in there who can make that tough decision and go, I know he gonna hate me for this, but I'm gonna come in here right now and try to save his faculties. But you never should have got rid of Mark Breland. You should have kept Mark Breland in your camp. You really should have. And last night, yeah, I'm gonna tell you what I saw. I saw a guy who looks absolutely amazing in training camp. If you watch Wilder in training camp, he looked like a monster. Well-conditioned, trained beast. He looked like a monster. He looked like the machine and the weapon that you want to go to war. That person he doesn't bring into the fight, though. He never brings that guy with him to the fight. That guy has not came to the fights with him in 3-4 years. I think, no, I ain't got to think. It's on tape. You can watch it. Very, very, very lackluster when it comes to production. He won't let his hands go. He has this amazing jab in training camp, has no jab in the fight. I don't understand that. An amazing jab in training camp, no jab in the fight. None. Amazing combinations in training camp. No combinations in the fight. The only time Deontay looks good in boxing right now when he's fighting is when he actually believes he's winning. You have to look good and perform and be productive even when you're losing. And guys already figured you out. They watched the tape. You got good footwork. I'm talking great footwork for a big man, 6'7", in training camp. No footwork at all in the fight. You on your back foot the whole time in the fight. The whole entire time. Because guys have watched your tape and they figured you out to the point where they're like, just bully him. Pressure him. Don't let him get comfortable and you can hit him. Because he can't really take power punches. He can't. He can't take power punches and come back from them constantly. He can't. He just can't. I'm not saying it because I don't like him. I'm saying it because the tape shows it. Watch him in the amateur fights. When he lost that fight in the amateurs. Watch him in the Olympics. Power punches, as big as he is, he ain't built for it. Now, I don't know if it's because he stayed too much in his head. Because he was not fighting this dude who he should have beat. Because he was good enough to beat Zhang. Conditioned enough, strong enough. He did nothing that he did in training camp he does in the ring. Nothing. Okay? And I'm not taking nothing away from Zhang. I don't know the man. But he has a very heavy hand, and he definitely appears to be a very IQ high boxer. Because he was smart. He waited. He pivoted. He knew where to go. He knew where to stand. Everybody knows. Everybody knows Deontay's throwing the right hand. Right hand. But you got such a good right hand, you got to use it for other things. Use your right hand for uppercuts. Use your right hand for crossovers. You got a good crossover, but you don't use them in the fight. You just want that one, bow. That's what he's looking for, only that, bow. Because he knows that could get anybody out around the world. He's one of the, that right hand can knock out anybody on the planet. He knows that. People know that too. But then again, if you already know that, why would you stand in front of it? You got to know how to work with it. Now, shout out to my man Showbiz. Showbiz the adult. Shout out to him because he says something that was very true. And when I watched the tape and I went back and I looked at it, I said he's right on those other fights. Deontay throws that right hand across his body every single time. He throws it in one direction, and if you're in that direction where that hand is going, he got you. If you just pivot a little bit to the opposite, he's gonna miss you all the time. He does not throw it straight out. He throws it across his body. He does not throw it straight in front of him. He throws it across his body. That's his right hand. Pivot, leg up, throw that right hand. Pivot, leg up, go for the home run. Every single time. He only throws it in one direction where he think you're gonna be. He's trying to set you up with that left real quick to put you in that space so he can throw that right. They watched the tape, Deontay, they seen it. They seen the show 1,000 times. IQ high boxers are not going to get hit by you no more. And most importantly, dudes are not fearful, in which they should be, but they're not fearful of you because all you got to do is watch the tape and be like, oh, I know what he's about to do. As soon as he goes to cock that right, I'm just going to crack to the left. I'm going to stay on the outside. I know it's coming. I see the setup with the left hand. I'm just going to go with that. I'm just going to go to my left because he's, whoof, it's going to be there all the time. Whoof, but if you go with it, got you, caught you. It's like a perfect home run in baseball. If you hit it in the same spot every time, it's going to knock it out the field. It's going to knock it out the park. But if you miss it by a micro, syllabit of an inch, it ain't going to have the same effect. So, is it over for Deontay? I don't know, man. Part of me is like, yeah, that's it. Part of me is like, who is he going to fight? Him and Anthony Joshua? No one cares about you and Fury anymore. Fury's already set up for the second fight in December. So you can't do a fourth fight. Nobody's going to pay for that. Who are you going to fight that you're going to make money with? You got to stay overseas because you can't sell out the MGM. You're not selling out the Barclay. You're not going to put the seats. You're not going to put people in the seats like you did. Now, I don't, in my opinion, the only way Deontay, to me, still fights, he's going to have to fight dudes he know he can beat. And he's going to have to take about 2 or 3 fights from people that nobody heard of and win those 2 or 3 fights in a row, in my opinion. I mean, in a row. You can't take another L, period. In a row. 3 fights, you're going to have to win. And then work your way back up where somebody will say, I want to see him fight this guy. But that takes timing, and boxers don't have timing. Boxers don't have time. Boxers age 4 or 5 years quicker than regular human beings. So they got to do everything within a certain time period or it's over for them. So do we really want to see him fight Anthony Joshua? We probably don't want to see him fight Joshua, but we probably do want to see him fight again, sometime, someday. But I don't know, man. I don't want the dude just to go out like that. But at the same time, if it's the best decision for him and his family, for him mentally, because he's just not in the ring mentally no more. He's not aggressive. He's not angry in the ring. He's not the bully anymore. He's being bullied now. He really is. So we wish him the best. If he fights, he's going to have to fight at least 3 people in a row before he can take himself to that level where people are going to say, we take him as he has a contention of winning the belt again. But he's going to have to put himself through that within the next year and a half, which means you need to get back in the ring come September. And then get back in the ring again in January. Then get back in the ring again in next May. And it's a lot. It's a lot. If he has other ways, and I'm sure he does, of creating income and staying at that place where he want to be at financially and he could secure his family's generational wealth, then why even go back into the ring? You became world champion. You did not become undisputed. What we really wanted to see with you and Joshua, we wanted to see you and Joshua 3 years ago, 4 years ago. I don't know if we want to see you and Joshua anymore. Joshua's still trying to be on the scene, and I get it. But as far as Wilder goes, I respectfully say, bro, if you decide to decline and sit back and retire, we got to salute you and say thank you for giving us your time in boxing where you gave us excitement again for the heavyweight division. Because he did. My name is Kadon A. Sterling. Thank you for watching FA Podcast, Fearless Ambition Podcast. Tell somebody about it. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Respect your boy and let other people know what we're doing. All right? I'll see you on the next one.